He's just 18 months into his reign, and now King Charles is halting all public duties after Buckingham Palace announced that he's been diagnosed with cancer.
Just found out, so it's quite devastating actually. Yeah, I didn't know about that. It's sad to hear. Sad to hear. I hope he's.
It's not nice to hear anyone's been diagnosed with cancer. I kind of feel bad for him. He waited all these years to be king.
The monarch was diagnosed while receiving treatment for a benign prostate enlargement. He was discharged from hospital just a week ago.
Subsequent diagnostic tests have identified a form of cancer. His Majesty has today commenced a schedule of regular treatments.
Buckingham Palace says the king does not have prostate cancer. Following the announcements, messages wishing Charles a swift recovery began pouring in. The British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to say that he has no doubt that the king will be back to full strength in no time, adding that the whole country will be wishing him well. French President Emmanuel Macron also sent his well wishes on the social media platform, posting that his thoughts are with the British people. US President Joe Biden reacted to the news while speaking to reporters in Las Vegas.
Concerned about him, just heard his diagnosis, but I'll be talking to him, God willing.
And what's next on the border bill? Sir.
Despite their strained relationship, Prince Harry says he'll be travelling from California to see his father in the coming days.
For more, let's cross to London and correspondent Benedicte Paviot. Yeah, Prince Harry, who was spotted at Heathrow Airport landing on a commercial flight earlier.
Yes, Prince Harry, who was awaited both at Heathrow Airport and also meters from here. I was with them with the paparazzi trying to get that shot, and they got it finally in an SUV coming to Clarence House, a few meters just from Buckingham Palace and down the Mall from where we are. We think he spent roughly 40 minutes, not more, with his father, and we believe it's the first time the men see each other face to face since the coronation. When was that? Well, that was back in May. But of course, they have been in touch, particularly since the King, actually, before the public announcement, just almost 24 hours ago, rang both Harry, his younger son, and also the heir to the throne, Prince William, and told them personally about his cancer diagnosis. Not prostate cancer, as we were told by the communiqué, but a form of cancer. Of course, we don't have a timeline for any of this. We don't know if Harry is immediately catching back another commercial flight, British Airways, back to the US. But clearly there'll be a lot of speculation about whether this is the beginning, perhaps, of some sort of reconciliation, certainly with his father. We don't believe that there's going to be a meeting between Prince Harry and the heir to the throne, Prince William.
Now, the king getting praise for coming forth, going public early with the fact that he has cancer. But as you said, there's a bit of a guessing game as to what form. How transparent is the palace?
Well, that is the nub of the question. On the one hand, it is unprecedented, historic, never been seen before, this kind of transparency, that 2 weeks ago we were told the king was going to go into a London clinic, would be going for a benign prostate operation procedure, and that it was indeed benign, there was nothing to worry about. He stayed in a bit longer than we thought, about a day and a half more, and then suddenly this shock announcement, which has caused concern and also really worry and well-wishers, not just here in the United Kingdom, not just across, as important as it is across the Commonwealth, but across the world. I am surrounded by not just British channels, but many international channels here. There is huge interest in this story, what it indeed means for the United Kingdom. The fact of the matter is, it changes nothing constitutionally. As the communiqué was very clear and transparent about, he will continue to carry out his official duties as far as reading of papers in those famous red boxes. What he won't be doing is he will not be meeting people face to face. He has postponed, as of yesterday, any kind of public-facing role. That means increased pressure on his wife, Queen Camilla, increased pressure on the heir to the throne, as one would expect, Prince William. Prince William already under pressure since his own wife, Catherine, was indeed in the same London clinic, and in what we were told was a planned operation that we knew nothing about, that she had an operation that went well, but that she then spent 2 weeks in that London clinic. The only timeline we have for her is that we don't expect to see her, we've been told, until after Easter, so that's after the 31st of March. So he's been doubling up on his parental duties, being there. She has returned home in Windsor to their home, not far from Windsor Castle, and as of Wednesday, we understand that Prince William will be resuming his duties and inheriting, at least temporarily, some of his father's. There'll be the Princess Royal, Princess Anne, who also known as the hardest worker in the royal family, another working royal and senior royal, who will be also doing more duties. We don't expect Prince Andrew or Prince Harry to have any kind of role, public-facing role at all. But of course, a time of many questions. Tonight, 24 hours after this shock announcement, with a positive outlook, we're told, both from the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, who today went on the British airwaves early this morning to try and also quell speculation, hence also the transparency of Buckingham Palace, although it doesn't stop, actually, the speculation. But yes, you're right, the cancer charities and all health charities are really praising here the King for this leadership role, because already we saw with his announcement 2 weeks ago that more men, and it can happen to men of a certain age, have gone to get their prostate checked. So this is positive and they welcome this. It's very important. Meanwhile, he will get the best advice and expert care, which is not true of millions of people who are on long waiting lists here in the National Health Service. So there is a contrast there. World leaders, religious leaders, really President Macron and President Biden sending their good wishes. And at the moment, still very optimistic. But that standard, Francois, no longer on Buckingham Palace, as he has gone to Norfolk, the Sandringham estate, to rest, we believe, with Queen Camilla, helicoptered out of Buckingham Palace.
Benedicte Paviot reporting live outside Buckingham Palace. Many thanks for that update.